What's good, everybody? This is the one and only GM, and today we got the patch notes for version 1.04. Apparently, this is a very, very big balance patch where they balance a lot of characters. They nerfed some characters, and they also balanced and improved some of the weaker characters in the game. So apparently, it's going to be next Tuesday, and Tuesday to Wednesday. So. And they added new items to the Tekken shop, and they fixed some bugs. So Ninja Pack Shinobi Track for all playable characters. So all the characters are going to have ninja costumes and a new legacy costume for Lily. Not sure what the legacy costume for Lily is going to be because she's always looked the same. Packet transmitting receptor rollback process doing online matches. Okay, so they fixed it online apparently. Improvement of the life of the same process displayed on red icon, and so they're gonna fix the red icon, and they're gonna fix the each item play stats have been improved. You can skip the entrance and victory animations finally doing my replay. They fixing the loading times on exciting replay. They're gonna fix Reina glitch with the mask. And fix the bug for the color skin of the upper body. And then, there's a lot of bugs that Namco be addressing that I don't even be knowing what it is. So this patch, basically, I'm gonna just sum it up because it's a lot to read. Is basically they're just trying to make weaker characters stronger, and the characters are too strong. They nerfing them, like the high combo damage and they strong moves, and situations where one player dominates the attack, making it difficult to be defensive against them. So they're just going to be mostly focusing on stuff like that. And then the characters with no adjustments like Victor, Lily, King, Paul, Yoshimitsu. In the next update, they're going to fix those characters. And then in the next patch, which is version 5, they're going to adjustments are planned to have 3 enhanced player defensive. So they're going to fix lateral movement strategies and adjustments of battle such as strolls, heat dash, and heat burst. So that's what they're gonna do. By adjusting the key input for aerial combos or certain moves, we have elevated situations where combos will whiff. So for special style for the scrubs, they fix it so your combos don't whiff. And then moveless, they fix the moveless, has been modified. So some moves presented by Raven Victor has to have a special defense attribute that allows them to evade heat smash and unblockable. So indicate it's clear the term complete evasion. Okay, so they added complete evasion to show that you will completely evade moves with these specific moves. The occurrence of unintended behaviors during super slow motion sequences has been elevated. Oh, for the super slow, yeah, because that joint was mad annoying. Power crush properly before an attack has been adjusted so that there's no hit stop when opponent attack is intercepted. As a result of the change, there may be instances of whiffing when certain. Okay, so your power crush will work on certain jump attacks and fix an issue. Visual effects will trigger despite the attack being stopped. A lot of these changes is like stuff you won't even notice when you play the game, honestly. Like the pushback on heat bursts, unnatural looking when it hits an aerial hit and stuff like that, and heat smash. And when it hits on the wall, for certain characters, been elevated. And heat dash, aerial combos expand, making it less possible to jump over. And then they made it so it could be easier to identify a position near the wall. That's better because sometimes you don't know the position of the wall, right? And then stage breakables. Tekken 8 when activating heat by lighting a heat engager. Recovery health is replenished while the character runs to the opponent. However, when activating stage given by landing heat engager, the motion approaching the opponent did not occur. Also, yeah, when you do the heat engager or whatever, and this breaks the wall, the character doesn't run at them. It's weird. This game has a lot of glitches. They should have took like a year and then made the game and then released the game, I think. Something about jumping over wall breaks. That's weird. Throws. Okay, so this is a big change. So it's easier to break counter hit throws. It went from 10 frames to 14 frames now. So it's easier to break counter hit throws now. I think they should have left it the same because the throws is a good way to deal with the armor moves and heat and stuff like that. Wall splatting moves. Or some wall splatting throws. Splat specific throws are doing like counting as side throws. This game is really buggy. Really buggy. The condition for such throws have been relaxed, allowing to activate even when slightly from the side. Okay, that's weird too. So the damage. So they made throws that go full combos. They're 14 frames now instead of 12. That's a good change because those throws get free combos, so that's mad cheap. And the running stop doesn't the trigger the floor break or the floor blast or something like that. And also the aerial tailspin. You know how some characters get like 5 tailspins in one combo? You won't be able to do that anymore. They nerfed it. And then these guys with the quarter forward motions, they're gonna make it easier to do the quarter forward motions without messing it up into anything. And then now this is all the behavior changes for the characters. Lisa's down forward 1. When it hits, you can evade the high attacks. I never knew about that. The damage output of down back 2-2 is now 10. Back 3 1+4. They fixed the animation on hit. While standing forward has more range. Asuka, they just wanted to buff her non-san gusto, which is like her defensive, you know, her offensive stuff and her defensive stuff. So it's offensive moves. So her rage art hold. So the rage art is not gonna whiff as much anymore. Her parry, her forward 2+3 parry. The punch is not gonna whiff anymore. Concerned distances it whiffs. Her down forward 1-2 doing leg cutter, whatever. You can evade high attacks after getting hit by it. 4-4 1+2. Reduce the pushback. That's a plus frame running move, by the way. And now on counter hit, she gets a full combo. Doing the gusto, which is the that shit. 36 damage now. It's now a tornado on counter hit. And now it's +11 on block, and the recovery is +5. And on the wall splat, that's a big buff. Doing gusto. The consumption amount of heat was inconsistent. Okay, so she that's a buff after the gusto. That's the jumping joint that she punches you on the floor. It takes less heat now when you do it. The frame advantage on forward 1+3 doing stabilizer is on block is -3 now. That's a big thing. And then the other one, the frame man block has been changed from -18 to 14. That's the low. So the low is not launch punishable no more. The 4 of the little grab joint she got, little grab parry joint. Okay, so Asusena, they wanted to nerf her because, you know, low risk poking, and she was just way too hand. So her rage art, it doesn't riff as much anymore. 1-1, they made it easier to sidewalk, and the frame advantage on block is -10 now instead of -9. So it's not safe anymore. 2-1. The recovery time second attack has been increased by 4 frames. The frame advantage on block has been changed from -3 to -7 to 2-1. Frame advantage on hit has been changed from +7 to +3. That's a big nerf. So you can't just spam 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 anymore. It used to be -3. Now it isn't anymore. Down forward 1-4-1, one of the cheapest moves she has. Damage for the second hit, 13 damage now. They made it easier for you to evade the attack. You can sidestep the second hit a lot easier now. And they made the hitbox less likely to hit opponents from the back now. Down back 3, they changed it to 14 damage. Down back 4 to 13 instead of 17. Back 1-1, they made it so the tracking ability of the second hit, it tracks better, and it won't whiff part way. 4-4-4, the combo damage to scaling, the adjusted 70%. That's a big deal. Not as much damage. Running 3-1 is only +2 now, not +5. You can hold that Asusena, you heard? And the damage is 20 damage now, so she got big nerf. Brian, they just fixed, you know, They fixed it so his heat joint does more damage now, and it's plus 15 on block now. It doesn't whiff mid combo. During rage, down for 1+2. They adjusted it. Down for 2-3. They also adjusted it. So you could power crush him. You could power crush it now before you couldn't. Down 3-2. The opponent could crouch unnaturally on evade the second hit immediately after the first hit connected. I did not know that, so they buffed that. They fixed that. Down back 1+2. Decrease the distance from the opponent on first hit. Okay, so but this patch is mostly like stuff like whiffing and stuff that's not in the 10. It's not really like they got some buffs, so it's mostly just fixes. Quarterback 3, it got more range now. It doesn't whiff as much. Quarterback 4, they increased the hitbox so it won't whiff. Snake Eyes 3+4 hold 2. You can't power crush or attack reversal to punch anymore. And then the Snake Eyes for 2-1, 2-1, 3-2. Frame advantages. Basically, they made everything safe. And then on hit, they made it more plus. That's basically what it is. And the 4 hit went from on hit from -7 to +11. And Claudio, they just fixed his 10 hit. That's all they did. And Devil Jin, 3+4 doing heat. They reduced the movement and the tracking, so you could sidewalk it. Now finally, that cheap ass that joint donezo. Down back 1+2 would result in a counter hit when being attacked has been fixed. Get out of here. Laser scraper. Also, they increased the tracking on the third hit of laser scraper when you land the second hit. And upward 1+2. Up 1+2 is easier to perform. And Dragunov, they nerfed down back 3+4, which is great. So 4 with Dragunov. When inputting 4/4 has been changed from 15 to 10 damage. 4-3 1+2 is -3 now. And they made it performance of multiple low attacks. Consider this has been okay. So they buffed 4-3 1+2. They buffed his mid, so it's -3 on block now. Down forward 1 is better now because you can't duck. You know, you can't duck high attacks or whatever after it. Down forward 3+4. They changed damage to 19. Down 4. Hitting opponent face down was different. Down back 3+4. They nerfed it. That's the biggest joint because that joint was cheap. Added 4 frames of recovery time, changing the frame advantage on hit from +7 to +3. Only +3 now. So that means when you get hit by that dumb low, you could sidewalk it now. And the movement, it got shorter range now, and you could sidewalk it on hit. And everybody could like just block and launch punish it now. Dragunov's back 4-1. It's a buff and a nerf. The hitbox of first attack has been reduced, making it less likely to connect with opponents in a down state. Adjustments have been made to reduce the occurrence of the third hit, whiffing after second hit connects. Scaling of 70% has been applied to combo damage when the third hit is a counter hit. That's a big deal. The frame advantage on block has been changed from +6 to +4. Okay, so running 2 is only +4 now, which is a big deal because that's cheap, and they nerfed the damage on it too, so you can sidewalk on it now. Doing opponent's war stun, they lowered the damage on it because that joint that splats you on a war is too much. Down forward 1-4, the recovery time has been increased by 2 frames. No change to frame advantage on block. The second hit no longer knocks down on counter hit when the first one hits. That's great. To eliminate cases when attacks from midair were evaded, adjustments have been made to collision with opponents. Additionally, the hurt box has been upwarded. Whatever. Down forward 1. 14 frames now. You could sidewalk it. The frame advantage block has been changed from +5 to +6. Instance when the second hit whiffs when performing near the wall have been activated. 4-3. Expand the hitbox with certain situations. We're back. Tracking ability of third hit has been enhanced only on hit or block. The second hit. Whatever, Eddie. We don't care about Eddie. Feng Wei. They nerfed all his parries pretty much. So 3+4 also, which is mad cheap, is a big ass kick doing heat that he gets a mix up and back turn. Even the kick did not connect with when shockwaves hit the ground. Yeah, the hitbox was OD. You could get hit by that, so they nerfed the hitbox so you won't get hit by far. And the shockwaves have been reduced by 3 frames. 1+2 got nerfed, -9 frames. 4-2, the hitbox has been expanded downward, elevating instances of whiffing opponents with low attacks. Alright, whatever. Back 1+2, the collision detection with opponent has been adjusted, causing when the opponents will not connect, so they buffed back 1+2, it hits more. Up 4-3, change the damage from 20 to 16 frames. Change it, so that's for up 4-3. So they nerfed the damage on a lot of its stuff. While Rising 1, they nerfed the punch parry window, so it's harder to punch parry. And then down forward 4-1, the first hit has been increased by 4 frames. It says in turns after blocking the first hit, it won't be hit by the second hit. The damage has been adjusted from 10 frame to 13-10. Aims to technically benefit the using the moves in ways than just always inputting both attacks. Okay, it's a weird change. They should have nerfed it a little bit more. Huayran, they nerfed this 4-4-3, where fast attacks want to beat it out. And this Rage Art, they buffed it. Jack, they made Gamma Hall better. Jack, basically down for 1+2. They increased the range on it during Rage. Back 2. Won't whiff like that into hold. Wild Rising 4 for certain moves that hit. Gamma Hall, when transition to Gamma Hall stance and ring time on the top that recovers by 30 frames. All right, so he gets a lot of heat from doing the Gamma Hall joint now, which is OD. Once an instrument attack with 3+4, so he recovers a lot of more heat when he does Gamma Hall now. And the Gamma Hall 1, which is the tracking move, is safe now. And then the hitbox on Gamma Hall 2 is extended. And the Gamma Hall 3+4, yeah, you can't counter hit or power crush out of it. And then Gamma Hall 1 got fixed when you hit the ground or whatever. And Jin got no changes besides 1-2-2. And June got like buffs and nerfs. We have reversed the health consumption, just blah blah blah. We adjust so that decreased health consumption only removes certain situations that absent or disadvantage. Okay, so she won't get a self KO after Kazama power. The tracking ability has been adjusted from tracking opponents with sidestep the first hit, so you can sidestep the second hit of the heat joint. Down for 1+2, so it won't whiff into certain instances when it trades or something. Collision detection 4 1+2. It's now 120. The consumption of heat is less now. Forward 3+4 after parrying right punch. It won't whiff after you punch parry. Down forward 1-2. So it won't whiff after certain moves. Down forward 2, they lower the hitbox. So that should, that's good because that's mad cheap. Down up forward 4-3, which is the tracking beat of the follow-up attack has triggered upon. Also, combos on Myth way on the hop kick. Uzumo 3, make it hard to jump over the opponent. Gensu. They made it so the parry stuff could work better. And then Gensu 2, the amount of health consumption has been reduced. Okay. And then Kazuya down for 3-2-1. They nerfed the range so it won't hit. And you won't be able to hit it consecutively now. 4-4-2. It won't whiff as much anymore. And then they buffed the tracking on the second hit of Hell Sweep, so it won't miss when you hit the first Hell Sweep. And then King, they just changed the damage on this 2+3, which is a heat joint. Down 1+2, they made it easy to execute. Down forward 1+2-2. They fixed it so you can hit an airborne opponent. It's just a lot of fixes with King. Back 3. The back 3 power crush wasn't executed correctly. Approach the opponent with throws. The required memory heat was intended when the opponent. Low parry. They adjusted the low parry. And then Kuma and Panda sipping through opponents at close range. It's just a lot of fixes. They just fixed the buffs so it won't whiff on the Panda stuff. And the Barrow, they up the damage on it. It doesn't consume as much heat. And this now hunting for 1+2. Recovery guard on hit, it fixes it. Kuma Panda, the collision has been adjusted. So it's just a lot of bug fixes. And then Lars 2+3, they changed the damage from 50 to 55. Dynamic entry 1+2. Expanded the hitbox. Certain attacks with whiff on dynamic entry 2 and dynamic entry 1. The issue has transitioned to throw an airborne on hit. Law, they made the tracking ability on his heat smash better. Law back 4-3. It adjusted the hit continue even when hitting from behind. Law while standing 4. The damage scaling after a counter hit has been adjusted, so while standing 4 on counter doesn't do as much damage. Lee's Rage Art, I didn't even know it had this issue, but apparently it used to whiff in certain situations and now it doesn't whiff. And now Acid Storm always hits on the back no matter what. And apparently down back 3+4 was difficult in execution this attack during heat activation animation, heat dash. So now down back 3+4 is easier to hit when you do a heat dash or whatever. So Leo's back to 4 doesn't whiff as much. And up 4-4 make it easier to land while somebody's in the low position. And then Leroy just got a bunch of buffs. They just improved his Wing Chun style and his parrying techniques. So Nibble 1+2 can now be performed standard doing side steps. They up the damage on his heat joint. The tracking ability and down forward 1+2. They increased it and the forward movement. The fast punch. Change the recovery remaining heat time by 60 frames on hit. 1+2, 1+2, 1. Or the remaining heat doesn't reach 0 when you're doing it. So he stays with heat. So it won't end the heat. Opponent recovery time on block for 1+2, 1+2. Recovery time for 1+2 into full F. Recovery time for 1+2, 1+2 has been reduced by 7 frames. 4-3, 1+2. The opponent recovery time block has been increased by 4 frames. Just a lot of buffs with Leroy. A lot of buffs. The Tiger Gate. It's basically just recovery stuff on all his parries now. He recovers guards a lot more when he parries. And now the Tiger Gate 2, it wall stuns now. And now he could do the follow attacks after the Twin Dragon Gate. And then back 3. They buffed the frames and it does more. And to be able to counter hit has changed. He got a lot of buffs. So down forward 2, 1+2, 2 during Hermit. No more whiffing and the parry is more better now. Hermit 1+2. 8 frames, 7 frames, all buffs. Lily, they just nerfed the her box on while staying 1, 2, 4. The heat joint nerfed. Pause heat smash. The tracking on the second hit so you can sidestep it better. Down forward 4, 2. They fixed that too. Doing heat. 2+3. In a situation where certain attacks will whiff. The tracking capability of second has been enhanced exclusively when the first hit connects. So they fixed that too. The Raven joint, the while staying 4 got fixed too. Raina's 2+3. So you can sidestep the second hit. Down for 1+2. They fixed the forward movement on it. Just a lot of fixes. I wouldn't really say this is like a super balanced patch, right? Some stuff. And then Steve, basically, we're gonna go by Steve fast. They just up the damage on his stuff. And his stuff doesn't whiff as much. You can't power crush the down back 3-2 on hit afterwards when he goes into the stance. After back 2-1 and all that, you can't just power crush out of it. The forward movement all forward 2 got balanced. Row Rising 1-2, they fixed that too. Doing ducking 1+2, 1+2, 1+2, they fixed that also. Lionheart, they fixed the peekaboo joint. Lionheart 1+2. So you could do aerial combos afterwards. Shaheem, they just fixed his inputs on everything. So you won't mess up inputs anymore. And then Zayu, they nerfed her a little bit. They just nerfed the damage on her heat joint. The positional attack has been prevented, so hitting points behind doing alchemy, so you can't hit it from behind. The opponent's state when blocking has been changed from crouching to standing. Okay, so you could just sidewalk now. It's easier to deal with the plus frames now with this block, the heat joint. Forward 3 got buffed, the hitbox. The damage and up back 3 got nerfed. While staying 2, they reduced by 1 frame recovery. While staying 1-2, the tracking ability has been enhanced. Hypnosis 2 takes away more heat now. Hypnosis 3. The hurt box has a plan to make it easier, and when hitting, recovery time increase. Okay, a little easier to punish now. Yoshimitsu, they just fixed all the hit detection on stuff. That's all they did. And then Safina got like the biggest buffs. This is the most important thing. 1-4 is now plus 22 on hit, which is OD. That means she gets something guaranteed afterwards. And then 4-1 plus 2 hits on the side, no matter what, continuous hits. Down 3 is now plus 5 on hit. And if she goes in a Manson stance, it's plus 7. Running 3 with a certain moves, 4-4, 1 plus 2. It's now a homing attack, which is OD, and it's plus 8, and it's a running move. Scarecrow 3 was sometimes with, and then, you know, Tarantula stance down forward 1 is now plus 6. So basically it's a bunch of just, some characters got some big buffs, but a lot of the stuff is just like weird changes that we probably didn't even know, like bug fixes that we probably didn't know. The lead thing, I knew about that because down back 3+4 did whiff when I went into heat or heat dash, and I'm really happy about the 4-3-3-3-3 working on the back. But our character Elite Chala remains the same, so thumbs up to that. And yeah, guys, that's it for the patch. I hope y'all like me doing this little read through, and yeah, please support my content. Please like and share, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next video. All right, so peace out and take care.